access to Raven's synaptic network. She's ours. Giving you a choice.
No, 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 no! No! Stop! Stop! No! No, no. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God.
We need to know where you are.
Where the hell am I?
Hold her!
Let me go! Let me go!
2, 3, get her!
Baby, stop fighting!
It's always me!
Sinclair, I need your help!
Go, go!
I need bandages!
I got her.
Hillary, take a risk. Raven, stop fighting us!
Allie! 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 Wait, I know you can hear us. Why are you doing this to her? Let her go!
I'll let her go when you give me what I want. Because you broke his heart and then slid a knife into it. Al, I bet you got Lexa killed too. Shut up. And then there's dear old Dad.
I said shut up.
Your mom's in here with me, Clark. She tells me you tried to convince him not to go public about the fact the Ark was dying. Guess you should have tried harder. His blood is on your hands, too.
Shut up!
You can hide behind the Selfless Martyr Act. We see you for what you really are. Poison to anyone who gets close.
Ow! Ow! You're done, Allie. You hear me? We're gonna fry you!
Alright, Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to all the brothers and the few sisters out there. Unto Israelite foreigners for the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shalom in Hebrew, which means peace. It's a quick show through the spirit. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, Lord, one of your brothers to edify. I put a clip from the TV show The Hundreds, and that's based upon a CW show, but it's one of the good shows that's out there, which is based upon 100 kids coming. That was, to roughly paraphrase it, it's basically the elites coming back from wherever they came from. And at first they send 100 children to test out the atmosphere of the earth. So that was like season 1. And then you have other seasons. So this episode was in season 3. Now this particular episode, well, this whole season, because this show, like I said, it was pretty good before the first 4 seasons. Which we all know how Esau gets. He doesn't get more creative after a while. And this particular episode, well, this season, Slakia, was dealing with war, and it was dealing with the chip. Straight up and down. It was a biotech chip that people put themselves into. And then once they put themselves into this biotech chip that came before the destruction, they get it. They all are connected as one. And when they all connected as one, they call it the city of light, where pretty much you don't age, everybody's happy, they put their differences, and the woman in the red dress, she was supposed to be the AI. She's the creator of this technology, but the woman herself died, but the AI survived. And the whole season was pretty much about the AI getting more and more the people, the surviving humans, to be in one accord, so to speak. All right, and this whole season was heavy. So that particular scene that you see in the beginning was one of the main characters who had the chip in her, and she was going crazy because they wanted these are the few people that didn't take the chip at the time, and just trying to find out where the girl was at, so she could send more other humans to go and get those people so they could get chipped. But what I find interesting about that particular episode was the fact that the girl was like she was possessed by a demon. All right, she was really possessed by a demon. Like if you watch The Exorcism, you will notice if you ever watch that movie, you know what I'm talking about. Even people in the thing was saying basically it's like she was possessed by a demon. I remember the first time I saw that, I'm like, oh shit, look at that. But what the ill part was about is pretty much what she said onto the girl. And she was bringing out some, there's more scenes to it, but I had to clip it, take a whole bunch of clips. But what they was basically trying to say in that particular thing was, once everybody is chipped, everybody is as one. All right. Then that's why she would know dark secrets about everybody in that room, because everybody else that was connected to that network all share the same information. So I seen some brothers did a show on this particular topic, but none of the show. But this, it says, okay, and this is frictional. But it's heavy though. A hive mind definition, right? This is a notionary entirely consisting of a large number of people who share their knowledge or opinions with one another regarding or producing either uncritical conformity or collective intelligence. So this was a scene of a hive mentality. Everybody's sharing the same information about other people. All right. And that's how Esau wants everybody in the planet Earth to be. That's why you have shows like Black Mirror, where according to critics, the greatest episode was with those two lesbians. But it was ill. It was a terrible episode because of that notion. But it was ill because everybody was in one computer module. It was one computer module or a motherboard or something like that. I forgot the name of it. And people put their consciousness into this chip, and they all go into one area, cloud. Okay? And that was an episode in 2000, I'm sorry, maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, probably 16. Yeah. So that in itself shows you the agenda of Esau. Okay. It says science fiction, undefined consciousness or intelligence formed by a number of alien individuals. The resulting consciousness typically exerting control over its constitution members. So that's what you just seen, and that was just. And then to give the example, I didn't like Star Trek, but it says the Borg Queen controls the hive, and that's the hive mentality. Another show. Since I'm talking about shows, what's this show called? Marvel's Shield. I believe it was like maybe season 4. They had the main villain was called the Hive. Okay, he was called the Hive. So Esau wants this hive mentality here on Earth. Okay, and this is why Genesis 11:1 says, "And the whole earth was of one language and of one speech." So at one period of time, everybody in the world was speaking one language and one speech, and all understood one another. Okay, this is the time of Nimrod, and it came to pass as they journeyed from the east that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. And they said one to another, "Go and let us make brick and burn them thoroughly." And they had brick for stone, and slime had they for mortar. And they said, Go to let us build us a city and a tower whose top may reach unto heaven, and let us make us a name, lest we shall be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth. So at one period of time in human history, everybody was in the same agenda, which was that new world order. All right, this is the first rendition of the new world order. And this is the beginning after the flood. And they knew the laws. They knew exactly what pleased the Lord because who their fathers were. Okay, their fathers was the sons of Abraham, Noah himself. So these are the descendants of Noah's descendants. So Noah had 3 sons, Ham, Shem, and Japheth. So these 3 sons had numerable children, and this is what they decided to do. All right. And it says, and the Lord came down to see the city and the tower which the children of men build. And the Lord said, Behold, the people is one, the hive mentality, and they all have one language, and this they begin to do. Now nothing will restrain from them, which they have imagined to do. And it says, let us go, go to and let us go down and confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. So the Lord sent forth his angels to give every man, or actually every tribe, their own language, their own ways, to separate everybody, because the Lord had his agenda. All right, and the Lord's agenda was never to get everybody under one banner, especially if it was built upon wickedness. And this is exactly the thing that Esau, the so-called white man, is doing today. All right, he tried this before. Antiochus tried this. Nebuchadnezzar tried this before. Okay, and they all got broken up because that's not the Lord's agenda. So Esau's agenda is to microchip everyone so they could be in a hive mentality. Matter of fact, before I get to Revelation 13, Habakkuk 2 and matter of fact, I start at 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. And whose soul is that? You're talking about the same devil. His soul is not upright. Now, he's trying to bring his new world order, the NWO, all right, by lies, deceit, and death and destruction. This is how he's trying to achieve that. See, people may see this and like, well, there's nothing wrong with that. But you see how this woman was possessed? And this is acting, but this is exactly how everybody's going to be. Now, the Lord had encountered a man. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. I believe it's... I'm just going to get it. Mark 5 and 9, they said, matter of fact, let's start at Mark 5 and wow. Let's start at 2. And when he was come out of the ship, immediately they met him out of the tombs a man with unclean spirit, who had his dwelling among the tombs, and no man could bind him, no, not with chains. So there was a particular man that met the Lord, all right, and he was terrorizing the countryside. Everybody knew who this guy was. And this is, read on, it says, and because that he had been often bound with feathers and chains, and the chains had been plucked asunder by him, and the feathers broken in pieces, neither could any man tame him. And always night and day he was in the mountains and in the tombs, crying and cutting himself with stones. So this man was possessed. All right, he was possessed by demons. He was cutting himself because he was harming himself because the demons wanted that. You see people out there that do the most outlandish things, and nothing happens to them because of the simple fact of what? They're possessed. And the demons are watching over them. All right? For whatever reason, the demons are watching over these people. It says, but when he saw Yahushua afar off, he ran and worshiped him. So the demons know well, I'm going to read on. And cried with a loud voice, said, what have I to do with thee, Yahushua, thou son of man, thou son of the Most High? Yahweh, I adjourn thee by Yahweh that thou torment me not. So the demons knew exactly who the Lord was. All right, they know what's his status, his rank, so to speak. And Yahushua has the highest rank among all the angels. He is right under the Lord. So they knew that already. They knew that Yahushua was that man. He was that dude. So they ran to him like, look, Lord, what don't you know? And that it shows you the levels of things and how you people out there, I'm just gonna throw this out there. You people out there, y'all don't show no respect of any factor to Yahushua. All right, especially people out there just throwing his name out there like it's nothing. Like I must speak, Nate. Okay, he's saying it with such disdain, and he's calling him by the title. All right, Jesus, which that's not his name. You're gonna learn some respect. You're gonna learn some respect, man. And here it is. The demons, they know who he was. Okay, but let me read on. It says, for he said unto him, come out of the man, thou unclean spirit. And he said, and he asked him, what is thy name? And he answered, saying, my name is Legion, for we are many. And that's exactly what that girl said, man. Legion is a numerable among troops, a numerable demons in one person. Okay, and that's how she knew all they dirty secret and throwing it out there in front of their face, because other spirits is telling them like, yeah, don't what about this? What about that? Even when you watch the movie Exorcism, what did the guy the little girl told, the demon told the priest about his mother being in hell and this, that, to the third, bringing up old stuff, using old memories of his mother to throw his whole thing off, because it's a network of demons. Okay, and this is what Esau wants to happen. He wants everybody to be in one accord under his rulership and his guidance. He want to be omnipotent, to be able to control all your emotions, all your needs. Okay, when you should be hungry, when should you use the bathroom, he wants full control over the people. It says, and he beseeched him much that he would not send them away out of the country. And there was there nigh on the mountains a great herd of swine feeding, and all the devils sought him, saying, send us into the swine, that we may enter into it. So they was like, look, we have it's our time to reign. Lord, please don't send us back. Let us have fun. The Lord's like, and they was looking and like, oh, look, Lord. And they all agreed, the demons, like, to send us to the swine, because the pig is an unclean animal. And forthwith Yahushua gave them leave. So he gave them permission to leave. That shows you how much power that Yahushua has, man. All right, go ahead, go. And the unclean spirits went out and entered into the swine, and the herd ran violently down a steep place into the sea, and there were about 2,000 and were choked in the sea. So that all the pigs got killed. But the point is, the legions, all right? Now, the soul of this man is not upright in him because he wants to control the people and he's not satisfied with the position that he has. It's all about power with these people. It's not about the money anymore. It's about the power. It's about making the will, breaking people's will. All right? They want to be gods on the earth. It says, Habakkuk 2:5. Yet also because he transgressed by wine. What is wine? The democracy. He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desires as hell, and is as deaf, and cannot be satisfied, but gather unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. And that's why he did. He can't be satisfied. So he got to go further. And he taking his technology to a whole nother level. While you people fighting there, killing one another for fucking paper, this man is a whole nother level. He's already 10 steps ahead of you. What he's planning to do. Okay? You got niggas out there that's slaughtering each other for a fucking worthless piece of paper. And here's a so-called white man, got lands, resources, and all these other things. Now he's trying to take people's souls, man. Okay? Revelation 13 and 15. I'm going 15 on down. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And that image is his new world order. And to top it all, this is how he plans it. And you have a lot of people in the past saying that we was crazy for saying these things about the new world order agenda, but it's right in your face. All right? It says, it causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or on their forehead, which that word mark means karagma, to cut in. So they plan to give everybody this artificial, this chip, and people, they're going to insert that in you. All right? He's going to cause everybody, because his order out of chaos with this man. So he's allowing the chaos to take place. Then he's going to bring in his order. All right, all leading to the same thing. This is nothing new that he's trying to do. This technology is the Most High's technology. All right, that's why all these people are bugged out their goddamn minds, because demons are entered into the world, and now the demon's gonna fully take the minds of the people because this man's got the technology, man. Scripture says thou was wiser than Daniel, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 603 scores. 3 scores. So this whole agenda is to stamp the cattle. The elites is going to stamp their cattle and saying, this is who you serve. You serve us. You can't do nothing. We know all your secrets. We know everything, all your information. What makes you tick. They're going to tell you what to eat. And those that take this chip, because let's face it, the hour of temptation is coming. So that means you should rather die than to take this chip. It says, verse 14, and I'm going to end it off on this. So the way the show was, it was kind of backwards, but it still was prophetic. All right, and particularly that episode, and the results of that, and in that particular episode, it was taking those chips off of people like it was nothing, but they ain't no taking this thing off. It's gonna submerge with your DNA. It says, Revelation 14 and 9, it says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast, the system, all right, which is also native to the EU, the whole entire New World Order agenda, and his image, that image is the New World Order. The beast is the EU, NATO. his image is what? The New World Order, and received his mark in his forehead or in his hand, meaning left, right, shoulders, legs, whatever. If you take this thing, all right, if you take this, if you receive this, if you make the alliance with this world, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. He shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So Yahweh Shai, the same one that had the power to cast out those demons that demons are feared, and his angels is under him, is going to watch you people burn if you take that thing. And this is how serious it is. And you have a lot of people playing games and acting like this is not serious. This is deadly serious. Okay? And they're showing you exactly how they want people to be. They want everybody to think as one. And that's not the way the Lord wants things to be. So, and it says, verse 11, and the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, mean a period of time. So you're talking about hell on earth? That's going to be when the hell on earth is going to be. When those ICBM nuclear missiles hits America, bombarded, destroys it, a wall of fire, and all these people that did not get beamed up by the chariots of the Lord, it's going to be missile fuel. All right, and this Lord's going to keep their spirits in their bodies while that fire comes. That's the most scariest thing to think about. There's consequences and repercussions of siding with this man. Okay, that's what the Lord said. Be faithful unto death, and because that's how you have to be. It says, and they have no rest day nor night who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth his name. So with that being said, shalom to the elect in the nation Israel. Shalom.